Good morning. This is Baton Rouge Labor Radio. I'm Michael D. Day, sitting in with Ernest Stevens. Ernest, you're the Secretary-Treasurer of the Louisiana FL-CIO now, right?
No, sir.
What are
I'm
you?
the Assistant to the President in the
I thought you
statewide
ran for
political
office.
direction. No, sir, I didn't.
Okay. You might want to cut that mic on. Well, this morning we're fortunate enough. This is a long-awaited interview. And we've been trying to get Miss Janet Sparks, who you're a Walmart employee in Baker, right, Janet?
Yes, sir.
You gotta get to the mic, Janet. You can pull the mic. See where I'm at? My fault. I should have told you earlier. We're also sitting with Don Wright, who is an international representative of the United Food and Commercial Workers. That's the UFCW, and it is a voice for working America. And anyway, Janet Sparks is also in an organization called Our Walmart, and we're going to let them go in. Some of the highlights here is they're for more hours and minimum pay of $13 an hour. Quality and affordable health care, fair and transparent scheduling, and respect. I don't think that's asking a lot. Good morning, Don and Janet.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
I guess my first question would be is what's going on with Our Walmart? Have you guys got any plans for the near future?
Yes, sir. We're going to the shareholders meeting June the 7th, and we're going to start it out. It's the 50th anniversary of the Rides for Freedom from 19.
Look for it. There you go.
It's the 50th anniversary for the Civil Rights Rides that started out in Washington, D.C. and came down south. And to honor that, we're going to replicate that and go to the shareholders meeting. So we have caravans leaving from all parts of the U.S., meeting together and joining and coming together at the shareholders meeting in Bentonville. And there's activities going on all week there. So we will be there June the 1st with the and the shareholders meeting being on June 7th, where we will have the final, activity of joining in the shareholders meeting.
Okay. So next question, and please speak up if you can,
Okay.
Janet. Why did you join Our Walmart?
Because when I started for Walmart in 2005, it was the best company I had ever worked for. It wasn't my favorite job, but it was the best company I had ever worked for. And in 2006, Walmart changed, and it changed where it really lost respect for the associates. And that's the first core belief of Walmart, is respect for the individual. We're no longer valued and respected. So we're working to gain respect, and
that's the reason you joined Our Walmart. I'm going to let Ernest, you have a question for Don, or we haven't even said good morning to Don yet, but
Well, good morning, Don.
good morning, Don.
I think what I'd like to know, Don, and I'd like you to tell the audience that's listening, exactly what Our Walmart is all about. How did it come about, and what's the purpose for Our Walmart, the organization?
Well, the organization United for Respect of Walmart was created by Walmart workers, and as part of that, they had come together to get some issues that they've had get corrected, as Janet had started going into, and the UFCW is playing a supportive role in this.
And in the Baton Rouge area, that's what we're concerned about. Are they the employees really becoming engaged? Have you seen any more participation than was initially when you got started?
Absolutely. There's been a lot of growth here thanks to the work of various workers. Janet Sparks has been very active, along with some other key people in her store, which has grown outside of the Baker location into other locations now. And so not only are we getting the engagement of the workers, but as we find nationwide, there are a lot of issues in these stores that we're identifying and trying to assist the workers in getting those corrected.
You know, there's a lot going on in Walmart, and some things that the everyday man or woman on the street going in wouldn't know. But when we say respect, we look at things like an employee working full-time hours but not getting health insurance because they give them 1 or 2 hours less than they would need to make that 40 hours. And those are the kind of things that have driven these people to do the things they've done. And Janet, would you like to share with us a particular incident that kind of said, well, this is it, this is where I need to be, and why are you doing what you do?
Well, that started in 2006 when we had what they call the flights. We had all these changes where one of the flight changes was people's wages was capped, and 20-something year employees no longer get any raise. You know, we used to be a possibility of $2.60 raise. Now there's only 30, 40, or 60-cent raise, and these long-term workers, this is not a way to reward your long-term workers. That's not a way to show respect to the individual by no longer giving them not even a 40-cent raise a year. There were so many changes that happened that like we went into this optimizing scheduling that just throws your whole life into chaos. You know, you must have an open availability, and they can schedule you all over the clock. A person could go to work today 2 to 11, tomorrow 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the hours, that's what really changed. When I started working for Walmart, you had to work a minimum of 16 hours to be part-time, and you could work 40 hours plus all the overtime you could make. Now, full-time employees, last week one of my co-workers, she was given 8 hours. A single mother with a child, given 8 hours.
And that's 8 hours for the entire week?
For the entire week.
Wow.
You can't, I'm sorry, but that's not respect, But through the efforts of the organization United for Respect at Walmart, in January, Bill Simon, CEO of Walmart U.S., had announced at a Retailers Federation meeting in New York that Walmart would be making scheduling more transparent and posting the scheduling where workers could pick up more hours. Now, April 24th, we still had not seen this in all the stores, just in a few stores. So we did a National Day of Action, and right here at the Baker store, several members of the organization United for Respect at Walmart went to the store manager and delivered a letter stating that we had not seen this, that it was happening in some stores, and we wanted to see this happen in our store. And Walmart's response was that they were working on it, and it was piloting in 2 stores and would be out in July in more stores, and finally in all stores in October. Now, I'm sorry, but this multi-billion-dollar net profit corporation has the ability to control the air from Bentonville, Arkansas. I don't see why posting scheduling where people could pick up available shifts would take such an effort, Even they could do it by hand and everything. So anyway, we are, being heard by Walmart, and it's making a difference.
So have there been any responses from the Walmart store here that the action was taken against?
they still have not responded. So, but, you know, I'm waiting for an answer still.
Okay, so tell us about the stockholders meeting and what do you hope to gain by attending the stockholders meeting?
Ever since, before I even found the organization, my whole goal was to educate the associates of their rights. They have national rights. They don't even understand that they have these rights. And to educate the customers of the actual high cost of the low prices of Walmart, and to educate the stockholders of the unfair labor practices of the company that they're investing in, so that they can make an educated decision of whether they, you know, were putting their money to invest in. So that has been my goal, and that's what I'm hoping to achieve more at the shareholders meeting, is more associates. There will be associates from around the country. Walmart brings an associate from each store each year. Some of these associates, this is the only opportunity in their life to have any type of vacation or ever fly on a plane, because a Walmart associate getting 8 hours certainly can't go on a vacation and fly on a plane. So there will be associates from all over the country, and this is an opportunity to, you know, show them the organization and show them the associates and how we are achieving things. And there's shareholders from all over the country that come there too. So we're hoping to, you know, let them know about the unfair labor practices of Walmart. That is retaliation against associates who speak out, and that's what we're going to the shareholders for, and that's what this action that will begin on the 31st here in Baton Rouge is about, the unfair labor practices of retaliation.
And I know you said there'll be associates from all around the country. This will give you a chance to interact, maybe share stories from the various locations. Have you had that opportunity in the past?
Yes, sir. We went last year to the shareholders meeting, and we were, you know, many associates had not heard of the organization. We are growing fast every day as more associates find out they're joining, they're standing together. And last year, we had a great opportunity at the shareholders meeting to let the associates coming in. They come in on and they tour the museum and all the activities they have set up for them. So we were there to let them know about it, and we had great success last year.
So what would you say to an associate that may be listening and have some reservations about joining you and standing up for the rights that are theirs that they just don't realize they have?
I would tell them that they have a federally protected right to be an organization, United for Respect at Walmart, and that if Walmart speaks to them against being in it, that is not true. You know, they have a federally protected right to be in there, and they, you know, should contact any member at forrespect.org, and it's safe. It's okay for them to be there. It's safe.
Would you give them that web address again?
forrespect.org. It's forrespect.org.
Question, Mike?
Well, I'm just cruising around here on the internet, and I wanted to bring something to the attention. Yeah, that I find it kind of ironic, you know. Earlier this year, they had, and I'm going to compare these two, Papa John's and Walmart. Papa John's, I didn't even know what was going on with them. They sell pizza that I don't really care for anyway, so, you know, it was really a non-issue for me. And I saw one of the Manning boys, the football players, on TV arguing with the CEO whether they were going to give away 1 million pizzas or 2 million pizzas during football season. And they finally landed on 2 million pizzas. And then I read this thing that they're going to cut employees' hours because of Obamacare. They don't want to cover their employees with health care, so they're going to cut back part-time, you know. And I'm figuring these 2 million pizzas they've given away would have covered a lot of that. But I'm reading here, May the 22nd, to get back to that. Walmart responds to Oklahoma tornado tragedy. And Walmart says it's pledging $1 million in cash and in-kind donations to help with the relief efforts in Oklahoma. And what I'm bringing this up for is, this is the kind of thing you guys are going against. They won't pay their employees. I mean, what I'm reading here, you want a minimum pay of $13 an hour. We got a Costco coming to Baton Rouge that has an average pay of $20 an hour. That was in the paper. And anyone on the cash register over 5 years is making $50,000 a year. They're going to hire 250 employees. I don't know who would be better to answer this question, Janet or Don, but do you think that's going to put some pressure on, say, Sam's Club, Walmart, that type of thing, with these kind of wages coming? Because a good employee, which I'm sure there's plenty of them at Walmart, I would jump ship in a heartbeat. I mean, I'm going for where I can make wages for my family.
Well, let me tell you the wages that I make. When I started at Walmart in 2005, like I said, we had a possibility of a $2.60 raise. And I knew the type of work ethic that I have. And I knew the type of attendance that I have. So I knew that I would be able to reach the full goal of $2.60 raise a year. So I knew in 5 years I would be making $21.20 an hour. So everything has changed since then. And well, in fact, it changed in 2006, like I said. So I will be with Walmart in August, 8 years. I'm a customer service manager. I'm an hourly member of management with lots of responsibility. Run the whole front end, and you know, supervise 60 to 80 people a day. Support all the registers in the whole store and make managerial decisions. And I make $12 an hour.
Whoa! 12 bones an hour.
Yes, sir. And cannot get 40 hours a week. And as far as the health care that you were speaking of, Walmart supported Obamacare. And now they have said that, you know, we will have a health care evaluation starting in August 2014. And if we do not average, you know, open enrollment starts like October. And if we do not have an average of 30 hours a week on the health care evaluation, we will not be offered insurance for 2014. Well, many associates do not get an average of 30 hours a week, so many will be losing their health care. I'm supposed to be at 34 to get my health care, and the next 3 weeks I have 32 hours.
Wow.
So I think.
What are they going to do?
So I think many associates will be jumping ship, as you said, and going to Costco's. I know I will be one. Now that you've informed me of it.
Well, I mean, it's pretty big news. Go ahead, Ernest.
I was just going to say, Mike, it's a good thing. It's great that Walmart, the Waltons, can afford to give $1 million to the Oklahoma Relief. They've also started another program.
Nobody would argue with that.
Yeah.
No, nobody. Oh,
But
that's wonderful.
the reason they have that $1 million to give is because of people like Janet Sparks and other associates. If they don't do the job that they've been hired to do, then that money isn't coming to the Waltons.
I have been on jobs as a retired pipe fitter out of this local that we're talking from, where a project manager ahead of a turnkey operation for one of these chemical plants or refineries did not have supervision of 62 people and was making a lot more than $12 an hour, okay? I find that amazing that they could put one person and show so little respect. And the only way you're going to show respect is monetarily. I mean, a pat in the back's not going to get you a pork chop at High Neighbor over there, okay? It's not going to get you a pork chop, a chicken wing, or nothing. And, I mean, you're telling me that you supervise 62 people. That means that you're responsible for 62 people's actions. And you got, and from what I can see at this Walmart over here near us at Cortana, it's like an open door, a revolving door as far as employees. So probably you don't even know a high percentage of your employees as they walk and come through the door.
Turnover is, to me, exceptionally high in Walmart. I transferred into this store in February 2010. I'm employee number 5832. We are now in the 7100s.
And that everybody gets a new number when they come in, right? An employee that number that hasn't been.
It's the next consecutive number.
What's the number they at now?
They're in the 7100s.
Wow.
And that's in 3 years' time.
So in 3 years, they've had a turnover of more than 5,000 employees.
3,000.
3 years.
3,000 in 3 years.
3,000 employees in 3 years.
The turnover is just...
I'm wondering where those 3,000 are working at that left.
No.
You know, I'd want to call them up and ask them.
Let me tell you some of the reasons why they have left. You know, because that's what we're talking about. Many of the associates that I don't know the whole store, but as you know, I work in the front end. I'm a customer service manager at the front end, and many of the associates do not have rides. They do not have cars. I've been wanting to do an article on the comparison of the associates' transportation compared to the Walton's transportation, and so many of them don't have rides. They have to use public transportation, friends, family, and walk to that store right there. And many, not just that store, but I'm in touch with associates from all over the country through the organization, and they are in the same situation. So anyway, we have a very strict attendance policy. So 3 tardies equals 1 absence, and you can only have 4 unexcused absences in a rolling 6-month period without being disciplined. Many good workers have left that store because they
don't have a way to work.
Right, you know, and like several of them tell me, they won't. I have to work. I can't work past 9 o'clock. I have to take the public transportation. The bus leaves there at 9, and I can't clock out at 9. The bus is gone at 9.
Right.
They want them to work till 11 o'clock. You know, when I started for the company, it was such a family-oriented company, and and they listen to your concerns and they listen to your problems. Many of them have left because they're in school and they will no longer work with them. That was one of the greatest things that a college student could work at Walmart and they would work around your schedule. They no longer accept that because they want you to have open availability so that they can schedule you with the optimizing scheduling. So one of the problems with the turnover is, they have no transportation. Another problem is they come in and they say, I cannot do this. I'm leaving. So.
What is the starting wage at Walmart?
$7.90, I believe.
$7.90. All that? $7.90 an hour. If you were working 40 hours, you could barely afford a bus pass. In the public transportation system in this town, hopefully they've got money and it's going to get better. But right now, you might have to wait, what, am I wrong, Ernest, 2 hours on a bus?
Yeah, they're supposed to be working on the routes, but it's still a work in process. The average ride is you're not going to get anywhere in less than an hour.
So if you had a 9 o'clock start at Walmart, you'd have to catch the bus at 7 o'clock to get there. And in Baker, it might not be that good.
And there's so many single parents, let me add that. Okay, there's so many single parents working at Walmart. So what are you going to do? You know, rely on family. Walmart, the salary does not make exception where, you know, a higher wage earner could have different, you know, meet the needs of the daycare they need for this type of scheduling. So they're relying, you know, they don't have that. So they're relying on family and friends also to take care, you know, not just the rides, but the child care. And so, you know, the 2-hour bus ride is not going to help in that situation.
So, what did you start at? What wage did you start at when you started at Walmart?
I started at $8.20 an hour.
And now you're
at 12.
You're supervisor over 62 people,
60,
and you're making
60 to 80 people, 60 to 70 people.
And you're making $12 an hour, and you're not working 40 hours.
No, sir. And we're all handling the money at the front end, and you must have complete accuracy on that. You know, you can't lose $20.
You know, Mike, and we're talking about 8 years later, though. Man.
Well, yeah.
You know, so it took time
8
to
years.
Get $12.
That's a fifth. That what is that? You know.
It's not much.
Yeah, I mean.
But you know, when you look at what these folks are doing, you gotta, just like the slogan says, you gotta respect them, because it takes guts to do what they're doing. And having said that, I'd like to just appeal now to anybody that has the time on next Friday, May 31st at 9 a.m. This caravan will be leaving 1233 Government Street, and everybody in the community, everybody that's listening is welcome to come out and wish them well, talk to them, and listen to some of this stuff firsthand that we're talking about here today. It's they're not asking for money, they just want people to hear that story. So anybody that's listening, next Friday, May 31st, 1233 Government Street at 9 a.m., come out and see these folks off.
Can I say, Mr. Mike, we have
get to the mic and you can say anything you like, said Janet.
we've had an outpouring of support with the community. You know, thanks to the AFL-CIO of Louisiana. Mr. Lewis and Mr. Ernest has just really reached out a helping hand to all of us associates, and I just want to give them a thank you. And while I'm at it, I also want to thank the UFCW that has come alongside us and made this possible. We could have never done this without the UFCW's help.
Okay, so with that, Ernest, Don, Janet, this caravan that's leaving, I'm thinking it's near the AFL-CIO.
It's leaving the Labor's Union Hall.
The Labor's Union Hall. Where is it going and what is it doing? What are the people doing that's taking this caravan?
There's a stockholders meeting. You want to say that?
Well, it's like, Janet.
We're going to the shareholders meeting on June the 7th.
Where's that at?
Bentonville, Arkansas.
Okay. So this bus or caravan?
Well, let me correct myself. I'm sorry. Due to the large number that Walmart has that comes in for the shareholders meeting, all the shareholders that come in, I'm sorry, they hold it. You know, the home office is at Bentonville, so but they have so many people come in that they hold it at the Bud Walton Arena at the University of Arkansas.
And the caravan is going to go there, and you guys are going to have signs, or you're going in the meeting, or there's stockholders on the bus?
Yes, sir, there's.
So a stockholder can go to the meeting.
Any stockholder can go
One
to the
share
meeting.
is all it takes to get in that meeting.
Yes, sir.
Which I will say here now that I own no Walmart stock, okay? I kind of wish I'd have bought it 10 years ago, but no, I don't have any. No, just kidding. So we're going to leave the Labor's Union Hall. We're going to Bentonville, Arkansas, in a like a Trailways bus or a Greyhound or something like that. and that's a long ride. So, do you have any expectations on the number of people that will be riding with you?
No, sir, I'm not sure right now because we're going to be picking people up as we go. So,
So, we're going to be hitting Walmarts all the way there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ernest?
Now, again, Mike, I just want to invite the public out to come out and see these folks off. They're going, this from what I understand, this stockholders meeting, it's a big event for Walmart.
It's huge.
It's
But you
a
know
deal
what? I think they make their CEOs stay in a La Quinta.
They might
Yeah,
buy
yeah,
them
I'm not
for
kidding.
that week, but they don't make them stay there. They might buy them one for the week. But, employees can actually...
I'm not lying on that.
Employees can actually buy shares. So these folks that are going, some of them are actually Walmart owners. They may be employees, but they're have ownership in the Walmart stores.
I have 6 shares.
Pardon me?
I have 6 shares.
6 shares.
So she's a voting member.
Right. She is a voting member. But I'm not kidding on that La Quinta thing, man. I was reading that their CEOs were complaining about having to stay, some of them 2 at a time in one of these La Quintas. And if you've ever stayed in there, I mean, believe me, it's not the Hilton. I mean, I'm not feeling sorry, trying to throw sorry to them or nothing. But they say, now I don't know with these new owners. I think the new owners are from across the pond there, but there were CEOs complaining about the accommodations at the stockholders meeting.
Well, that's only Mike. They're doing that to kind of offset some of the other.
Be a PR deal. Or
it's my understanding last year they had Stevie Wonder and a couple other artists for entertainment at this stockholders meeting.
Yes, sir. Lionel Richie was there. Celine Dion was the final climax. I can't remember who all was there. Justin Timberlake was the MC. In 2010, when I was there, Jamie Foxx was the MC. It's a whole lineup of many.
So the good thing about this
A-list entertainment.
One of the good things about this caravan is it'll let the powers to be see that these employees are not satisfied. They're not just going to lay down and take anything they give them. I mean, they may not prevail, but they're going to go down fighting because this is their livelihood. When you take an employee starting at $7.90 an hour, and you don't ever go to Walmart and see 1 or 2 people. The store is full, so folks are working for these wages because they can't do anything else. A lot of them, they literally can't do anything else, but because they have to work for these wages, doesn't mean that they shouldn't be respected. I mean, you take a 45-year-old man trying to raise a family. How can he do it off of $8 an hour with no health insurance, especially?
And not full 40 hours. And can I say this? A lot of people say, why don't you just leave? I'm one of the people that could leave. But how would that help anyone? If I just walked away today, I would always have thought, what if I could have made a difference? What if I could have done something? What if, I just would have pushed a little harder to help the other associates who cannot leave there? What if my grandchildren end up working there? If I don't make change today, where will it be then? So that's why I don't leave, to try to make a difference.
Now, you were the one that walked out on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes, sir.
Last year.
Yes, sir.
Have you felt any retribution for that action?
Yes and no. I have. The best way I can say it is, I have felt the hope that I would trip up somehow. I really feel that,
They're waiting in the gap for you.
Yes, sir. Every day I walk in there and they're just waiting in the gap for me to mess up, because they know that, as they see me standing and continue working and standing up for everyone, the other associates are overcoming their deep ingrained fear. and they're joining. They're coming to me and they're joining. They're saying, "Can you help me with this and can you help me with that?" And so, you know, I have felt the weight of it so heavy, you know. But due to my work ethics, I really already was a person that goes above and beyond, and you know, so I continue in my same work ethic, and that I believe has made the difference.
So there's been no direct, but there you feel like there's eyes on you,
Yes, sir.
and they don't want to kill a mosquito with an atomic bomb until the time is right, and they are they still? It's been a Walmart tactic through the years to have anti-union meetings where they call the employees together. They'll have hot dogs or Cokes or whatever, and they'll give this rhetoric, well, hey, you know, they're just coming after the weak employees, the ones that's not doing their work, and this and that and the other, and you guys don't have to worry about it as long as you're doing your job right. You don't need that union. All they want is your dues and the regular rhetoric that's been used over the years. Have you seen that at your current place of employment, Walmart in Baker?
It has increased across the country since we went to the shareholders last June. Like I was saying earlier, how we were able to tell a lot of associates of the organization. It has increased so much. We have computer-based learning, you know, and they have even named the UFCW in the computer-based lesson about labor relations. They have even a video of one of our leaders from the UFCW. They even have a picture of her, you know, and they're insisting how they just want your money, and they even have a calculation in the computer-based learning of how much union dues that, you know, that they feel that if we were a union would receive, and this is just an organization, not a union, and I keep trying to tell, you know, this is one of the things I tell the associates from the CBL, computer-based learning, is Walmart wants your money too, because you're not being paid the wages that you should be paid for the jobs you're doing. So Walmart actually is the one that wants your money, not some union, you know. And they just like you said, they are having the meetings. They never have those meetings with me around. They will not have me present because, you know, they know that I know my federal rights and would
call them on it.
Yes, sir. No.
No. Ernest, you got anything?
Mike, Janet said earlier that she wanted to feel like she was making a difference, and that's one of the reasons she stays there. I don't want to say I think. I know she's making a difference just by the mere fact that the numbers are growing. More folks, and I'm pretty sure you see this, more folks are coming to you, asking you questions and showing some interest. They may not join you right away, but the mere fact that they're coming to you, they're asking the questions, they're inquiring about what's going on, shows that you're making a difference. So, I mean, you can't win the fight if you're not in the fight. That's the bottom line. If you're not in the fight, you can't win the fight. So, just continue to do what you're doing. And again, if you want to make an appeal to the folks that may be listening that are associates to come and join you, feel free.
Yes. Go to forrespect.org, like I said earlier. That's FORRESPECT.org. And my personal number is 225-301-4187. If you have any questions about anything, you can call me. And if I can't answer your question then, believe me, I can get in touch with someone.
Give that number slower.
225-301-4187. And thank you, Mr. Ernest, for that encouragement.
Well, it's the truth.
Okay. Janet, Don, we appreciate you coming in. Is there anything else you guys want to put out there before we close the show?
Well, I'd like to thank you, Mike, for having us here today, and Ernest, appreciate yours and Lewis with the state of Louisiana support as with this organization, United for Respect. UFCW has been supporting this cause because we really believe in these workers that we see nationwide, just exactly what you've heard today, and we want to thank you all and encourage everybody, as Mr. Ernest said, ask to come to us. See what it is that we can do to help you.
Okay. With that, Ernest, you got anything in closing?
Mike, once again, I'd just like to encourage folks to come out and see these folks off. I mean, get a chance to hear their stories firsthand. And we're not asking them just to come out. We'll have a few refreshments. May only be a biscuit, but it'll be something. So come out, wish them well, talk to them, hear the stories, and learn more about Walmart. Learn more about our Walmart, as I meant to say, and the plight that they have and what they're fighting for. And
that's it, huh? Well, with that, we want to thank everybody. Thank Janet Sparks and Don Wright. Janet Sparks of Our Walmart and Don Wright of the United Food and Commercial Workers. And rebroadcast of this show can be found on YouTube if you go to Baton Rouge Labor Radio. You can also pick it up at Baton Rouge Local 198 on Facebook. And we wish you guys the best of luck to getting respect and dignity to the Walmart workers. Enjoy your trip to Bentonville, Arkansas. And with that, I'm sure that you guys agree with our Baton Rouge Labor Radio motto here, which is, if you work for free, you'll always have a job. Live better, work union, have a nice day.